Hey, and welcome. It's been a while since I took a look at any Doom mods here on the channel, and this one I've had my eye on for quite a while, so I figured I would do a quick video on it, just because it seems really neat, and I think some people might like seeing this. This mod marries the universes of Halo and Doom together into one glorious affair, and it's actually surprisingly fun. If you are a fan of the Halo series, you will probably get a few kicks out of this one. It's very much a brutal Doom kind of affair here. You're really just here to blast the monsters with all the different weapons. We're going to jump into the campaign here. You can limit it to weapons from specific Halo games, which I really like. We're going to go all crazy though and use Halo Doom. This kind of mixes all the weapons together, so if you just want to have a super chaotic time, that's the option for you. Otherwise you can just choose weapons from specific versions of Halo, so choose your poison. You can also choose your Spartan here. They all have different health and damage tolerances, so pick the one that's most befitting of what you want from the experience here. I'm probably going to go with Spartan 3, just because it's kind of the middle ground, and I think that that's where I want to be shooting here. You can activate various skulls if you've never played Halo. These are like modifiers that usually you had to find in the original Halo games, but here they just kind of make things even more crazy. I'm not going to bother with those, but it is fun to see them. You can choose your difficulty here as well. I'm going to shoot for Heroic because I don't quite know what to expect from all of this. As we load into the level here, you can see that we're putting on the Master Chief helmet, and I kind of like how the opening to the level tries to mimic the Halo sort of cinematic approach. You can see here we have a assault rifle from Halo. We also have the pistol. If you didn't use this pistol back in the day, it was pretty goated and overpowered in the original Halo game, so nice to see it getting a bit of representation here. As you can probably guess from the huge amounts of blood and splatterings here, this is very much catered towards the brutal Doom crowd, and that's fine. I do appreciate the fact that there are custom levels here, so you can have a wander around and enjoy the levels. You'll find that if you're playing on the Halo Doom setting, the weapon placements do change pretty much every time you load in, so you'll always have different weapons to play through. Of course, if you have your friends with you, you can all have a really good time blasting through these waves of enemies. And yes, these weapons do have secondary fire on them, so if you're looking for your secondary fire from the Halo games, there's a good chance that it's made its way across. You can also see that they've tinkered with the health system as well, so it's very much like the Halo games where you have armor that depletes and then you've got health underneath. I do prefer that Halo style. I know they tried to change it a few times in a few of the games. Wasn't a particular fan when they messed around with that formula. Do prefer it kind of like this. And yes, Master Chief does make some quips, although you will have to raise his voice volume if you want to hear them properly, because by default the sound effects are very loud. You can see here the shotgun doing its work up close. These shotguns are not particularly good with distance, so I wouldn't even bother really trying to use them. There are better weapons for that. Do like how you can sort of pick up weapons on the fly. And yes, in this version in particular, Halo Doom, you can only carry 2 weapons at once, but you can change that. There is an option to pick up as many weapons as you want. As I mentioned, there is a wide selection of levels here, and they do increase in difficulty, so you'll be seeing quite a lot of different enemy types as you're making your way through. Seeing these Halo weapons alongside the Doom enemies is pretty cool. Some of these weapons are insanely overpowered early in the game. It is pretty fun to kind of just walk into a room and blast everyone away, and it does kind of make some of the weapons less fun to use, especially, like I said, if you're coming into this Halo Doom mod where they mix all the weapons from all the games together, you are going to find yourself kind of using some overpowered weapons way more. So this is actually a good example of the weapon swapping in practice. When I played through this previously, this weapon was not here. This was actually a sniper rifle. But I have not played the more modern Halo games, so I have no idea what this is going to do. Apparently it's going to do a lot because it's just going to absolutely vaporize everything in this room. One thing that's cool as well is that some of these weapons do have cooldowns and they do have charge times like they do in Halo. It's really hard not to feel that if Master Chief had used this weapon in the first Halo game, the Covenant probably wouldn't have made it all the way to Earth, but I'm just saying, I feel like this weapon is a bit overpowered. As we kind of dive through all these different levels here though, you can see that there's a lot of different kind of encounters for you to have, and the various enemies in Doom end up being pretty fun cannon fodder. You can switch weapons as you choose as well, so you're never stuck with a weapon that you don't like for all that long if you really don't want it. Change weapons here. So the shotgun's really good for up close shooting, you know, as shotguns usually are. And obviously as the levels pass, the level of chaos increases greatly. There are various grenades that you can make use of as well. I do recommend that, because as swarms of enemies start to pile up on you, the grenades, in particular these sticky grenades, really do begin to show their worth. Just be careful though, because much like in Halo, you can sticky them next to you and blow your own face off if you're not careful. You can also pick up various power-ups that will help you and make things a bit easier, especially on some of the harder difficulties. I can imagine that playing this on the top difficulty with friends would be an absolute blast if you're into mindless chaos like this, and good for you if you are. There are a variety of different weapon types for each kind of player, so if there's a weapon in Halo that you're a particular fan of, then you're probably going to find it here somewhere. You do need to be very careful though, because some of these weapons do damage you if you use them in the wrong way or in the wrong location. I love seeing these kind of mods where there's a lot of passion that's gone in. People who really care about Halo and Doom have really come together here to make this feel very special. The sound effects like the shield recharging and the weapon fire themselves, they're all very much what you'd want to experience. Now, I was never a fan of this weapon whenever I play through Halo, I have to say. I always try to avoid using the Covenant weapons as much as possible, except for the sword. Who doesn't want to use the sword? Some of these weapons are really good for crowd control, others are good for taking out enemies one-on-one. I think the package that's been put together here is very fun if you are a fan of Halo or you just like Brutal Doom. Oh wow, that art file nearly got me there. I do love using some of these weapons because it does cause all kinds of chaos in the huge swarms of enemies. I don't think that art file can see me right now. I think it's a bit too far back. It's in that window of there. I do also like the fact that we've got some nice little custom levels here. They're nothing too special in my opinion, but they do help to differentiate this just a bit more from other mods that we've played in the past. If you're a big fan of Halo, then you're going to get a lot of fun out of this. There's plenty of power-ups, pickups, sounds, weapons, and things here just to kind of make you happy. The two styles do blend very well together, even if, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Brutal Doom. It is fun to kind of mess around with this and get a bit of nostalgia for Halo, because the series hasn't had the best of times recently, let's be honest. If you want to get this working, you can head over to ModDB, and this is downloadable either as an individual installation, in which case you need to bring your own version of GZ Doom, or you can download the pre-packaged bundle which has everything in it. You just need to bring the WAD file to start the party. Honestly, it's worth pulling this one up just for the laughs and the giggles. I can imagine in multiplayer this is a huge blast. Wow, that Cyber Demon really went kaboom there. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this mod. Are you a fan of Halo, and do you think that the two worlds of Halo and Doom mesh well under this one umbrella? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.